Hi guys, it's been a hot minute since I've done a video sitting down and chatting with you like this, but I thought it was about time. I've been doing a video like once a month recently, if that, which sucks, but I do have another job and my husband also works from home, so I don't have much time with privacy. And then also when I try to shut the door, the cats freak out. So other than like fashion videos and stuff where I don't usually have to sit down and talk, I don't have much time to do things like this, but my husband is at a hockey game right now, so I thought I would sit down in the living room and share my skincare routine because my YouTube channel started all about skin, essentially. It started with my acne issues and makeup, and pretty much that has been the kind of like projectile of my channel, and I've gone through so many ups and downs with my skin in my life, and let alone in the last 10 years I've had my YouTube channel. And I've had so many issues. If you have been following me from, years ago or even just a few months ago, this summer my skin was going through something I like to call fungal acne. Not diagnosed with that. That's not what they told me it was. I went on prescriptions. I had clindamycin, I had tretinoin. I dealt with tretinoin, and then right before my wedding, so that my skin would be clearer, I did go on a steroid for 1 week or 5 days, and my skin was beautiful the day of my wedding. Then after my wedding, it started breaking out again, but then I went off birth control. So I've been on hormonal birth control since, I want to say 2016, 2017. I was on and off it throughout like my teen years, and then I was off it for a long time, and my skin was very clear, but I went on it because of period issues. Now I'm off of it again, and I don't know if that changed my skin in a good way. Looks okay to me, but I've done a lot of changing in my routine this year, like a lot. I've also started getting facials about once every 4 to 6 weeks, which I know is not in everyone's budget. Honestly, it's not in my budget, but it's something I choose to spend on myself. It's a form of self-care. So essentially in this video, I want to share with you how my skin was when I started this specific routine, how long I've been doing this routine, the products, the ingredients, how I think it's helped, as well as what facials I do get and what products I use, like the whole shebang. So it could be a long one, so hang tight, but I hope you enjoy it. So just so you guys know, like off the bat, I am 31 years old. I've had acne my entire life, on and off. I've had years where my skin was so clear I wanted to cry every day of happiness. I've had days where my skin is so breaking out I want to cry every day of sadness and shame and just hide away. Right now, I'm at a pretty good place with my skin. I do think it could be better. I do think it could be clearer. And there's definitely some leftover marks you can see from like this far away. Now, I'm not in natural light, so you can't see everything right now. I'm using a ring light, but I will put in pictures of my skin in natural light and before and afters because I've been taking them constantly in the last year. Essentially, you can go back and watch all my old videos if you want, but I have, as of right now, dry skin, but I also have acne. So that's the super fun combo, is trying to find products that help with acne that don't over dry me. I'm also 31, so I want anti-aging. I don't want, to get really wrinkly and dried out, and I'm trying to do everything I can, but it's hard to address all of those concerns. Essentially this summer, I thought I had fungal acne. Fungal acne is not even real acne. It's a fungus, and it's completely not apparently what I had, but I can tell you right now, tretinoin did not do it for me. I thought it did for a while, but the dryness was so terrible, and I feel like since I stopped it, so I stopped tretinoin essentially right after my wedding because it wasn't working, and also I may be trying to conceive soon, so I really want to make sure anything like that was out of my system because you shouldn't be using retinols or retinoids when you are trying to conceive or are pregnant. So essentially that was the end of September when I stopped using birth control, when I stopped using tretinoin, and that's when I started this routine. So it's been 2 months. So it's been 8 weeks since I've been using this exact routine. I have been using a lot of these products before this routine as well, but a lot of them are they started right around that point. But essentially what I'm doing right now is trying to control the acne. Now my acne is not hormonal, so I can tell you that right now. I do think the birth control could have something to do with it, but at the same time, I haven't had hormonal acne in years. I maybe will get 1 or 2 a year, but my acne right now is small whiteheads, little tiny bumps, things like that. So that is what I'm trying to get rid of. Also, I do have drier skin, so I want to enhance moisture, use ceramides and all that good stuff. So let's just jump into it before I keep talking your ear off. Cleansers. there's 3 cleansers in my routine. One is my oil-based cleanser I use every single night to remove sunscreen or makeup. I wear makeup like twice a month, but sunscreen you have to remove properly. And even if you're not wearing sunscreen, which you should be, removing all the day, you know, just like gunk, things you touched your face, like you want an oil-based cleanser. It is going to change your life. Since I've used an oil-based cleanser, no matter which one, my skin has been so much better, more balanced. My skin used to be mad oily, like oily to the sense of like oil slick. Since I've been using an oil cleanser, my skin is much more balanced. Dry or oily, it's always much more balanced. And it's the best way to remove makeup in my opinion. I've tried balms, I just don't love it. Oils remove much better. They don't leave a residue behind. Do not use wipes. The only time I've ever used wipes like in the last 10 years is to remove eye makeup, and that's it. The oil cleanser I'm using at the moment, which has been probably my favorite one I've ever used, is from Curel. I got this on Amazon. It is a Japanese brand. I believe it could be Korean. But it's for dry and sensitive skin makeup cleansing oil. No fragrance, very, very gentle, very lightweight. It's definitely good for someone who has oilier skin, people who are just getting into an oil cleanser. It could be heavier. I know some people love something really heavy and thick. I love this so much. It's so thin. You take one pump, rub it between your hands, apply it, massage it in as much as you want. I like to massage my oil cleanser for a whole minute as well as my regular cleanser. I just think that it helps clear my skin. It really helps your skin have the time to work with the ingredients in the cleanser. I massage this into my skin for about a minute, add water, another 30 seconds, and it just rinses off clean. You don't need a wipe, you don't need a flannel, you don't need anything. It literally rinses off clean with no residue at all. Obsessed. Now, then I would go in with a cleanser. I have 2 cleansers I kind of go back and forth with depending on how my skin is feeling. If my skin is relatively clear, if it's kind of feeling dry, and especially in the morning, I tend to use the Vanicream Cleanser. Very basic, gentle cleanser, will not strip the skin, will not dry you out, will not do anything, essentially. It's just your most basic cleanser, very good, very affordable. But if I'm having more of a breakout, if my skin's just feeling clogged, I will use a salicylic acid cleanser. Now, right now I'm using this one by Peach Slices. It is Acne Clarifying Cleanser. It's a salicylic acid acne face wash. Nothing too crazy. It also has ingredients to hydrate, so it won't dry you out. Honestly, when I run out of this one, I'll probably just use the Cerave Essay Cleanser. That was my favorite forever, and I loved it, and I just got this one, and I like it as well, but that one has a pump, and it's a bigger bottle, and you just get more for your money. This one has hyaluronic acid and cucumber, cica to help with inflammation, low pH, non-toxic, sulfate-free. It's really nice. I love it. It makes your skin feel very soft. But like I said, I just think you can get something better with the same or similar ingredients. So those are my cleansers. I love them. I'm gonna kind of go through my morning routine, my night routine, and then extras that I throw in if I feel like I need them. So I'm also gonna talk to you about my facials. So for my morning routine, the first thing I do after I cleanse my skin is use Mandelic acid. So I'm using this one from Almond Clear. It is 10% Mandelic acid. It's not super cheap. It's like in the $20 range. It smells pretty strong, but I find since I've been using this one, I've seen such a difference in my skin. It's a very thin, kind of like watery consistency. I did get a new one from Naturium. It's 12% Mandelic acid, and my facialist did recommend it. I think as long as you're using the Mandelic acid and there's no ingredients in it that are going to clog your pores, you're pretty good to go. I always recommend looking up your ingredients. Essentially, Mandelic acid is an exfoliating serum. It's similar to something like salicylic acid, but it's a little bit more gentle and non-drying. So I use this every single morning. It's very thin, so it absorbs really quickly. Next in the morning is another serum that's a lot more of a different texture. It's more of a light lotion, and that is the Naturium Azelaic Acid Emulsion 10%. I love azelaic acid. I think that it is something that every skin type can use. It's beneficial for dark spots, discoloration, redness, acne, you name it. And it's also very gentle. It's not going to be like salicylic acid, which can dry a lot of people out. It's not overly exfoliating. It's really lightweight and gentle. So I love it. I've been using it for a very long time. I've tried this one before and I like it. I really like the one from the Inky List. It's green, only you run out so quickly, so I would recommend this one. It just lasts a lot longer. So I just use about 1.5 pumps of this, rub it in, let it sit, and I use everything that I'm using here, I use from face to here, because most products that are exfoliating for acne are also helpful with exfoliating for anti-aging. After that, I go into my eye cream. I use this eye cream morning and night. It is the Naturium Vitamin Bright. It's their newer one. It's this kind of yellow color. They do have 2, so if you have a darker skin tone, they have like a more peachy one. But I really like this. It's not the best thing in the world. I'm not wearing any makeup right now. I do have dark circles. It's just part of life for me, but I do feel like this brightens a bit. I could go for something a little bit more intense, but I do really like it has like a pearlescent quality, so it's nice for day and night. So I use that, and then once everything's absorbed, I go in with my moisturizer. My moisturizer does have SPF in it, so that is what I use. When I am out of this one, I have others to go through, so I'll probably use a different moisturizer and SPF, excuse me. I do recommend, if you have acne, to use a mineral sunscreen. I don't know why. I've tried so many, or ones that specifically say they're meant for acne prone skin, sensitive skin, reactive skin. Every product I've used that has sunscreen in it on my face that is not mineral or meant for acne prone skin has broken me out, has given me some kind of weird reaction. So I would highly recommend titanium dioxide, zinc dioxide, #1. If you can't find a texture you like of those, because a lot of them are super white casty and thick, and like they don't apply well, and then they flake because they're messing up with the skin underneath. One tip, wait. Use your moisturizer, use your serums, all your good stuff, wait a few minutes and then apply it. That makes a big difference if you don't have time. You want to get something lightweight. This is the one I've loved for years. This is the Paula's Choice Essential Glow Moisturizer with SPF 30. I would love a higher SPF. I have a few in waiting, so that's definitely what I'm switching to. But this one is completely titanium dioxide and zinc oxide, so totally mineral. But it also has a color. I don't know if you can see that. It's like a grayish, beige. There's no coverage to it, but it does not have any sort of white cast. It's really glowy and hydrating. I really love this. It is expensive, so do try to find it on sale if you want to try it out, but honestly, it's been my #1 face sunscreen for probably over 5 years now, and I really like it a lot. It does not break me out, and I really enjoy it. For nighttime, I have a different bit of a routine. At night, I will use like the cleansing oil, like I said, and then one of the cleansers. And then after that, I do use, I should also mention, the Clean Skin Club face towels. I know this is an expense. This is something else I've decided to invest in for my skin. I tried buying a pack of washable face towels and washing them and only using them for 1 day. I bought like 20 of them, and that way I don't have to do laundry constantly, but I switched them out every day, and even then my skin was still breaking out. I change my pillowcase all the time. I'm very on it with the bacteria. So these are face towels that are one-time use. You essentially just take one out, dry your face. You can also use it to wipe down your counter, your sink, all that kind of stuff as well. But I feel like they've made a huge difference in my skin. So morning and night, I do use those. My facialist also recommended those. And then when I wash my face at night, after I dry it, I go in with the Cerave Skin Renewing Nightly Exfoliating Treatment. Now, I know there's so much stuff online. Say hi. There's so much stuff online right now about over exfoliating. Now, for years, we were told exfoliate. I was using salicylic acid 2% every single night and every single morning because Paula's Choice said you could. Essentially, the whole issue with my skin this year began because I saw all these videos on Instagram saying, stop over exfoliating. You can't use that every day. You should not use that every day. You need ceramides. I tried to cure my barrier thinking it was damaged, and then I broke out and it was a mess. So maybe my barrier was not damaged. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking my barrier wasn't damaged and my skin can handle it. Some people are not as sensitive as others. My skin had been used to using BHA 2% morning and night for years, and my skin loved it. Why did I let the internet persuade me? I don't know. But some people can actually handle that every day. Now, I'm not using that every day now, but I am using an exfoliant every night. This is a gentle exfoliant. You know what? The same people, I gotta say, who tell you not to use the BHA salicylic acid morning and night, or even once a day, are the same people using tretinoin every day. So riddle me that. Make it make sense. Anyway, I've been using this. I really like it. When I first bought it, I was kind of like, ugh, whatever. I have 2 bottles now because I accidentally bought one forgetting I had one. But this is the Skin Renewing Nightly Exfoliating Treatment. It has 3 ceramides, so it's kind of boosting your skin barrier as well as exfoliating, and licorice root extract, and it's glycolic and lactic acid, which are much more gentle in my opinion than salicylic acid. It's a really great texture. It absorbs super nicely, and it's really helped my skin kind of have that glow and smoothness to it. So I use this every night. Once I let that set in and kind of sit for like a minute, I go in with my Curology prescription. Now, this is not something you necessarily need, but I have recommended this before. I really love this brand. I think it's a really great way to get your hands on products that you think will really work. You can explain your issue in a way that I feel sometimes when you go to a dermatologist in office, it just doesn't work out. So mine right now has azelaic acid 8%, clindamycin 1%, and zinc pyrithione 0.25%. Now, zinc I think is great. It's helping antifungal, antibacterial. That's what I think has really helped my acne. Clindamycin is a antibiotic for the skin. I've been using it for a very long time. I honestly don't even know if I'm immune to it now, but the azelaic acid in this is kind of like the one I use during the day, but it's mixed in with this for night. This is more of a lotion texture. I use this, let that absorb. Then finally, my nighttime moisturizer is the most expensive product in my entire routine, but it's amazing. It is the Dermalogica Stabilizing Repair Cream. Now, my facialist or esthetician, she uses Dermalogica products. I have to say, this product is amazing. This is the most luxurious cream, lotion, so soft and velvety and hydrating. It's amazing. It is super freaking expensive. This bottle is like $65 or something insane. It's lasted a super long time, I do have to say. If you have acne prone skin, sensitive skin, redness prone skin, I mean, anything, even if you break out due to ingredients, like anything, this is amazing. If you have super oily skin, may not be your best friend, but it's amazing, especially for this time of year. Although I've been using this for about 4 months. I'm obsessed with it. It's so good. That essentially is my basic routine. That's my routine for every single day. Now, sometimes I throw in other products or replace some products depending on what my skin's feeling like. For acne, if I'm having a specifically stubborn spot, a spot that I just popped, because most of my pimples right now are whiteheads, like really ready to pop whiteheads, so I don't even have to pop them. I can go like this and like they pop. So what I've been using, shocker, you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but for a long time, I was like, I hate benzoyl peroxide. Benzoyl peroxide used to dry me out so bad, I would cry in pain of dryness. This product I avoided for years. This is the La Roche-Posay Effaclar Duo. The Duo Action. It has benzoyl peroxide and a micro exfoliating LHA. So it kind of is like a mix between exfoliating and then benzoyl peroxide, which kills bacteria. This is amazing. Do not, I repeat, use this all over your face. I don't care if you have acne all over your face, if it's cystic, do not use this all over your face. I use this as a spot treatment. I apply a tiny bit to my finger and dot it on the spots and pat it in until it's absorbed. You can use this on spots on your shoulders, your chest, wherever. It's so good. And because it has whatever it has in it, it does not over drying. I've used so many spot treatments that leave you with like that flakiness. This does not do that. It's so nice. And this is the last step in my routine as well. If I'm using this, I put the moisturizer on and that's it. And then I let it sit and then I put this on. Now, another product for acne that I use when I'm not feeling necessarily like it's one specific pimple, but if I just feel clogged and congested, like if I wore makeup that day or something, I will use the Chestnut BHA 2% clear liquid. Essentially, this is a dupe of the Paula's 2% BHA. There's tons of dupes of it. And this is a toner. This is like what I used to use every morning and every night, but now I just use this when I feel clogged or congested. I pour some in my hands, rub it together, pat it into my skin, and then go in with the rest of my routine. And I use that at night. Another product, if I'm feeling congested, or if I feel like maybe I forgot to clean or change my pillowcase, things like that. If I had a lot of hairspray in, I use this. This is Panoxyl. It is a 10% benzoyl peroxide cleansing gel. I will replace my cleanser with this usually at night if I'm feeling like I need it. It is very drying. It is severely drying, but it works. So essentially what I'll do is I will apply this like with water, kind of massage it in, and then leave it while I'm in the shower. And I'll tube my shower, whether it's like a full everything shower or a quick hair wash shower, and I'll leave it on that whole time and then rinse it off. So when you're using a product like this for a cleanser, it's not gonna make that much of a difference if you don't leave it on for at least like 5 minutes. So I feel like that's been really helpful. It really also helps if you notice that you break out when you use like too much dry shampoo or hairspray. Every time I get little breakouts of my hairline up here, this really helps. So I would highly recommend this as well. This was recommended by a dermatologist. Another product I will use usually the night before I'm going to wear makeup to make sure my skin's like exfoliated and smooth to apply it, or the night after I wear makeup when I just feel like it's been on and clogged my skin. Again, recommended by my esthetician, the Dermalogica Daily Microfoliant. It's just really, really nice. If you like the feeling of a physical exfoliant, this is for you. I know a lot of people are like, physical exfoliants are so bad, blah, blah, blah. This is like the most gentle physical and chemical exfoliant. It has both ingredients in it. What you want to do is use a powder, you pour it into the palm of your hand, add water, and massage it into your hands until you don't see the graininess anymore. It should be foaming. You apply it to your face, massage it in, and then leave it for about a minute, rinse it off. It's amazing. It just makes your skin feel so soft, so good. It's not overly exfoliating, it's super gentle. 2 left. I promise we're gonna get to the end of this video. 2 more products. One is something I've talked about when I had my fungal acne. My fungal acne is the Hypochlorous Acid. You can get this in a ton of different brands. It's essentially the same thing no matter where you buy it. This is the cheapest one I found on Amazon. It's the brand Almond. I bought like a 3-pack of these and the price just came out to be a better deal. Essentially, it's just like a spray. I use it for rashes. I use it for dryness. I use it for bug bites. It's like a miracle all in one. Hypochlorous acid kills everything, but it's so gentle on the skin. You could use this every day. You could use it multiple times a day. People recommend it after you work out, or if you don't want to wash your face and like dry it out, but you do want to kill any bacteria. It's great for underneath a mask. For skincare, what I do is, again, when I'm having more of like an acne prone period, I will spray this on my hands instead of directly on my face and letting it dry. I spray it on my hands and then pat it into my skin, and I find that just kind of helps. I think it's great. I think it's an amazing product. My husband, oh my god, it's new. My husband recently had like a weird little, almost like a whitehead, but not quite, and it was poppable. We popped it, and then I put this on a Q-tip, like saturated Q-tip in this, and put it on the spot to kind of help it heal. It's almost completely gone in 24 hours. Like, this stuff is really good. Last but not least is black seed oil. I've talked about this in the past and I've loved it. I use this oil to use gua sha. When I do that, I don't do it too often, but I do use this oil when I do it. And this oil is supposed to be really good for acne prone skin, and then also it's really hydrating. So if I'm feeling very dry, whether I didn't drink enough water, it's super cold out, I spent all day in the heat, you know, whatever it may be, if I just have that parched feeling in my skin, then when I use my moisturizer at night, I just drop a few drops of this into that and like mix it, and it really seems to help overnight. So I really, really love that. Those are all the products. Now just some tools I use. And I know this is so extensive, and I don't like to be the person with like the 13-step routine. And it's not necessarily that. People say like, oh, for people with sensitive skin, like just use, you know, your cleanser and your moisturizer and you're good to go. That may be true. For me, my skin is so different throughout the month based on what I'm using, what I'm doing, my stress levels, my sleep, that I need to adjust my routine based on that, and that's fine as well. That's what I've been doing. Now, I've also been getting my facials, and the first facial I ever got with my esthetician was a what's it called? A high frequency. So I bought this actually for myself to use at home because you can use it every day. It's a high frequency machine. It's really cool, awesome. I absolutely love it. You essentially just plug it in, turn it on, and you go across your entire face. You want to use gauze because it makes it better, makes it work better. It gets deep into your skin without any side effects. So it's really for any skin type. It can be for wrinkles, scarring, acne, you name it. It's amazing. It feels a little bit like something scratching at your skin. I don't really know how to describe it. It's completely painless, but she did it in the office. I thought the results were amazing, so I started doing it every day for a while. But because I will be trying to conceive soon, you're not supposed to use this, which freaking sucks. But other than that, it's amazing. So I'm not using it right now, but I was using it for a long time and I would recommend it. I got this on Amazon for like $40, but because I bought it myself, I didn't keep going back for facials that way. Now I've been getting hydrofacials and dermaplaning back and forth. So I did dermaplaning for my wedding because it made makeup look really good. So if you're someone who wears a lot of makeup, I would recommend dermaplaning. It's essentially shaving of the face, but it's also exfoliating. You also should not do that at home. You really shouldn't. I know there's so many tools to do it at home, and even I did it at home for a long time, but I would notice right afterward I would break out. It's because you're introducing bacteria into your skin by not using tools that are sterilized. So I don't do it at home anymore. The only time I use those little face razors at home is to like clean up in here, or like the little moustache pieces. But otherwise I will only get dermaplaning professionally done. Now, when I don't get dermaplaning, I get hydrofacial, which is essentially a tool that they drag across your skin and it shoots like water and serums into the skin. And it's really good for all skin types. It helps with glow, aging, acne, you name it. It's the one that you see online where all the gunk comes out, and it's so satisfying. So I love that. I do that every 4 to 6 weeks, and I'm obsessed with my esthetician. She is amazing. I will also link her website down below if you're in the New Jersey area. Last but not least, I use my LED light therapy mask. It's safe for pregnancy, it's safe for everything. I use the red light or the blue light depending on what I feel like I need. Red light for anti-acne and anti-inflammation, all that good stuff, and then the blue one is best for acne. So if I'm feeling really acne prone, I will use the blue light therapy. I got that mask for free, but I freaking love it. It's the ADURO therapy mask. Julia Roberts was seen using it, so good enough for me. But I love that as well. So those are little like extras that you don't need, but I feel like they've made a difference. But honestly, the biggest difference in my skin in the last year, I believe, has been getting facials and also really staying up with my routine. I mean, I'm really good at this. I've always been really good at this. Like, I do not sleep with makeup on. I never miss my routine. I could be sick as a dog and I'm still doing this. That's so important, and I know it can be hard to keep up with that, but if you're really trying to clear your skin, to balance your skin, I would recommend all of these products. Obviously everything's different for everyone. That's like my first thing I should have said, is that this is helpful. I think these products are amazing if you need the similar effects I've been talking about. This is not going to be miracle products. None of these products are going to change your life. And if you don't need them, you don't need them. You know, I don't need them, but it's something I choose to do for myself to boost my confidence and feel good in my skin. With that being said, I want to be so clear that everyone's skin is so different. So always be wary when you order something based on someone else's recommendation. It could be your dermatologist, it could be your esthetician, it could be anyone. But not everything works for everyone. If it did, there wouldn't be a bajillion brands out there. And it is so difficult and it takes so much time to find things that work for you, know what ingredients work for you. But if you take that time, really pay attention to the ingredients you're using, which ones you notice a difference from. And then if you want to buy something new, buy something with those types of ingredients. I cannot tell you how many things online this year have been like all about the ceramides and the peptides and the hydration. Like, super, that is great. But honestly, my skin still needs to be treated for the acne. And so many things online this year have said, if you have acne, you're probably dehydrated. If you have acne, you probably have a damaged skin barrier. Well, guess what? My skin's never been worse than when I tried to repair my barrier with the Cicaplast balm. That ruined my skin. So I can tell you right now, all that stuff you hear, the trends and stuff, just think about your skin, what feels right to you, and try not to get sucked into all the trends. I swear, it can be so easy to do that because you see these people online with this perfect skin. I'm telling you right now, all these products, my skin is not perfect. Like, you can see, none of these are actually active, which is amazing, but all of these scars are from constant active breakouts I was having this year. But one thing I do have to say is, since I've been wearing sunscreen every single day, my dehydration lines I had here almost completely gone. There's pictures of me from like 5 or 6 years ago where my skin looks more dry and I look older than I do now. That's pretty much it for this video. I know it's super long and I'll try to cut it down, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that you enjoyed me sitting down and doing a video like this, and that all these products gave you some ideas, some advice or something, or if you were just curious what I've been up to and using on my skin. But yeah. Let me know any questions you have down below. Like I said, I'll try to link everything below. And thank you so much for watching, and happy holiday time. And hopefully it won't be so long again before I do another sit down video. So thank you so much for watching.